Good morning. This is a continuation of chapter 1, globes, maps and diagrams in geography class 6. So we are continuing with the globe, okay? So when we are looking at this globe, so I have made a sphere here. Okay? So when you are looking at this, okay, what we call depicting figure on the blackboard, this is called a globe, okay? So the point at the top is known as the North Pole. So I am writing only and. It is known as the North Pole. And the point at the bottom is known as the South Pole. It is known as the South Pole. So the point at the top and the bottom is known as the North and the South Pole. Several verticals and horizontal lines are drawn on the globe which forms a grid system. These are known as Graticule. These are known as Graticule. Graticule, Graticule. Graticule is also known as true coordinates. Coordinates, coordinates. So graticules or true coordinates. These are known as latitudes and longitudes. So if you look at the globe also, you find there are several vertical and horizontal lines which are marked with a blue color on the globe, or in a map also when you look at the atlas. If you look here at the atlas, the world map, you will find several vertical and horizontal lines which are marked with a blue color. This is known as graticule or true coordinates or latitudes and longitudes, which helps us to find the exact location of a particular place. So this network of grid which develops is known as graticule, and these graticule are known as latitudes and longitudes. That helps us to find the exact location of a place or position of a place or any feature, any feature means physical feature or man-made feature like buildings, etc., roads, etc., can be found with the help of this latitudes and longitudes. Latitudes means horizontal lines. Remember that. Latitudes means horizontal lines. The main latitude which cuts the earth into two equal halves is known as equator. So this equator cuts the earth into two equal halves. Okay? This is 0 degree. This is known as equator, equator. Okay? Above this equator to the north, that is up to 90 degree. This is 90 degree. This is 90 degree here, North Pole. This South Pole is also 90 degree. Okay? So I am writing here. So when you go from this 0 degree to north, this becomes the northern hemisphere. This becomes the northern hemisphere. HEMIS, hemisphere. And when you go down from this 0 degree to south, this becomes the southern hemisphere. This becomes the southern hemisphere. Are you getting my point? So these latitudes are drawn from which side? It is drawn from east to west. So it is drawn from east to west, from this direction. Are you getting my point? From this to this. So latitudes are basically drawn from here to here, from east to west direction. And most of the latitudes, there are many latitudes here found. Okay, the important latitudes, whenever I'm talking about that, is known as I'll come to that. Wait, I'll draw these lines. It comes like this way. It comes like this way. And if you look at these lines are parallel to the equator. And if you look at the board also, which line is the biggest? Which line is the biggest? The middle line is the biggest, no? So if you look at the middle line, this is the longest latitude, as compared to the other latitudes that are found below it or above it. So these latitudes, as they go towards the north, they become smaller in size. But the equator is the biggest latitude, So, except equator, other latitudes are smaller. Their length also decreases as they go towards the poles. Now, which are the poles? North Pole and the South Pole I am talking about. So, this latitude, when it goes towards the North Pole, it becomes smaller in size. This latitude, when it comes towards the South Pole, it becomes smaller in size. The poles are merely points. So what are poles? Poles are basically points which helps us to find the direction. Are you understanding? These lines are also called parallel lines. So latitudes are also called parallel lines. Remember that? Latitudes are also called parallel lines. So what is a longitude then? Longitude is a vertical line. Longitude is a vertical line which comes from north to south. Now north to south, okay, I am marking this point, okay. So this is the vertical line. It comes from north. It comes from north to south. Now if you look at the other latitudes, it comes like this way. Okay, are you getting my point? So these longitudes are basically, okay, drawn from north to south, okay, and these are called vertical lines, okay, that all come together at the poles. Now these lines all come together at the poles. This all come together at the poles. This line is coming at the poles, this line is coming at the poles, this line is coming at the poles, this line is coming at the poles. You can see the upper part also. So all these longitudes are coming in the poles. They are merging in the poles. Are you understanding? So what is the importance of latitude? Now if you want to latitude and longitude. Latitude helps us to find the location of a place, but what is longitude? Now longitude helps us to find, okay, how far is the east and how far is the west. So which is east? This is east. This is the east side. This is the west side. This is the north side. This is the south side. This is known as cardinal direction. This is known as cardinal direction. C-A-R-D-I-N-A-L. Cardinal directions. Okay, are you understanding? These are also known as, these longitude lines are known as prime meridians. These are also known as what? Prime. Okay, I'm writing on the blackboard. M-E-R-I-D-I-A-N-S, meridians. So longitudes are known as prime meridians. Remember that. But latitudes are known as parallels. So where do you find these lines, okay, widest? You find the lines widest near the equator. You find the lines of latitudes near the equator. I'm rubbing the latitudes, okay. I'll show you on the blackboard. You might get confused with this, okay. So I am drawing the longitudes here a little bit so that it will be much easy for you. Again, I am drawing the longitudes. I am drawing the longitudes here. You can see the longitudes, okay. Now, if you look at the longitudes, and I am drawing only equator here. Where do you find these lines the widest? You find these lines widest near the equator. Near the equator. But if you go a little bit up, it becomes smaller in size. Are you getting my point? So, equator is considered as the reference point of, okay, latitudes, okay. Equator is the reference point of latitude. So equator is the point from where we can find the exact location of a place. But if you want to see how far is the east and how far is the west, you have to look at the prime meridian. So which is the prime meridian? This middle portion is known as the prime meridian. So I'm not writing 90 degree here, I'm writing 0 degree here. So prime meridian is 0 degree. Are you understand? The middle line is known as 0 degree. Okay. Now we are moving on to another thing also. Okay. So I'm dropping this blackboard. I'm making another circle for you all to make you understand. Okay. Now, I am making another circle. Okay, I am writing here North Pole, this is South Pole, and Earth is cut into equal halves. This is known as equator, 0 degree. Now, what is this line called? This is known as Tropic of Cancer. This is 23.5 degree. Okay, half degree. Okay, which one? North. Okay, 23.5 degree north. Okay, 66.5 degree north. I'm coming to this. Then this is 23.5 degree, okay, south. This is known as 66.5 degree south. Okay. Now, if you look at this line, this is known as equator. This is known as what? Tropic of Cancer. This is known as Tropic of Cancer. So, Tropic of Cancer is found in 23.5 degree north. This is the northern hemisphere. The upper part above the equator is known as the northern hemisphere. This is known as Arctic Circle or Antarctic Circle. Arctic Circle. A-R-C-T-I-C, Arctic Circle, which is basically, okay, 66.5 degree north. Are you understanding? If you look here, this is Tropic of Capricorn. This is known as Antarctica, no? Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle, C-I-R-C-L-E circle, which is also found in 66.5 degree south, because it is found in the southern hemisphere. Okay. Now, apart from the Arctic and the Antarctic Circle, that is 66.5 degree. Okay. Now, these are basically how many latitudes? One. Okay. This is the one of the most important latitude. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. How many latitudes are there? 5 latitudes. These are the most important latitudes of our Earth. Are you understanding? You have to keep that in mind, and you have to keep this number also in mind. This is known as 66.5 degree, 23.5 degree north, okay, 23.5 degree south, and 66.5 degree south. This is known as Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, Tropic of Capricorn, and Arctic Circle. Okay. Apart from these, okay, latitudes, our Earth is divided into torrid zones. It is also divided into tropic zones. It is also divided into tropic zones. Okay. It is not even written in a book, but it is basically important for me to make you understand, because when we are studying geography, you have to know this. In the coming chapters, you have to learn about this. Okay. So, what is a torrid zone? The area near the equator is known as the torrid zone. Torrid zone means the hottest place. So, this area lies here. This area lies here. This area is known as the torrid zone. T-O-R-R-I-D, torrid zone. The hottest place. Okay. Now, above this torrid zone, you have the temperate zone here. You have the temperate zone here, near the Tropic of Cancer. You also have a temperate zone here. So, there are 2 temperate zones on both sides. This is known as T-E-M-P-E-R-A-T-E, temperate zones, where the temperature is neither too hot, neither too cold. Are you understanding? But this is the hottest place where the sun directly shines over the equator. Okay? So, the sun is directly over the equator in the torrid zone. Therefore, it is the hottest place here. So, I have marked it with a red. Okay? Here a little bit green, temperate zone. So, this is also known as a temperate zone. Now, what is this place known? Okay? So, I am marking it with a yellow. Okay? So that you can understand this is the coldest place. So, this is known as a F-R-I-Z-I-D, frigid zone. This is known as a frigid zone. This is known as a frigid zone. F-R-I-Z-I-D, frigid zone. So, our Earth is not, okay, divided into equal halves by equal latitudes only or longitudes only, but it also has, okay, basically torrid zones, the different climatic zones, which basically influence our weather as well as climate. Are you understanding? Because of this. Now, we are moving on to the advantages and disadvantages of globe. So, you can write it, you can take out a rough copy and copy it also. Okay? Now, we have basically finished the globe. Now, when you look at the globe, okay, G-L-O-B, globe, it has advantage as well as disadvantage. Now if you look at the blackboard, you'll see it shows actual shape of the earth. What it shows? It shows the actual shape of the earth, which is a spherical shape of the earth, which is also known as geode shape. No? But if you look at the other side, in the disadvantages, it shows only a part of the earth because it shows only continents and oceans. It does not show you, okay, villages. It does not show you towns in a globe. It is not a detailed map of the world. Are you getting my point? So, a globe shows exact location of oceans and continents. Where the continents are found, where the oceans are found, it is shown on the globe. But if you look at another disadvantage of the globe is, okay, a globe is very heavy to carry. It is very heavy to carry. Yeah, it is very heavy to handle. Okay, so and a globe also occupies a larger space. Remember that. So a globe is difficult to carry. A globe is difficult to carry or handle and occupies, OCCUPIES, occupies a large space. This is the difference. Now, a globe shows what? The third point is latitudes and longitudes. It shows latitudes and longitudes. Yeah. Latitudes and longitudes are shown on the globe. Longitudes are shown on the globe. But if you look at the disadvantage, it is a small scale map. It is a small scale map. Why it is called a small scale? Because small scale map shows less detail. It shows less detail. Therefore, it is called a small scale map. But if you look at the map in Atlas, it is large scale as well as small scale. That is the difference between a map and a globe. Are you getting my point? Now, we are moving on to, okay. So, what happens is, because of these disadvantages, soon geographers found out the solution for all these problems and produced maps. So globes were not accurate enough to show the detailed view or picture of the land, therefore they made maps. Now we are going to study the map. What is a map? So I am just rubbing the blackboard. You can copy afterwards, okay? So, maps or map, okay? Now, I'm going to write a definition here first. A map is a drawing. So, cartographers are the people who draw the map, drawing of the whole earth. So, you find the whole map of the world also in an atlas. In an atlas, you will find the whole map of the world, or you will also find a part of the map of the small place like India, okay, Asia, etc. So, a map is a drawing of the whole earth, or a part of it on a flat surface. Now, what is a flat surface? Just want to tell you. Let's take for example, this is Atlas. If you look at this Atlas, you will find pages here. Now, if you look at the page, and if you compare it with a globe, you find a globe is a 3D figure. Last time only I told you that globe is a 3-dimensional figure, whereas a map is a 2-dimensional figure. It is a flat piece of paper. This is a flat piece, no? Are you getting my point? So, a map is drawn on a flat paper. So, a map is a drawing of the whole earth, okay? You find in Atlas, you find the whole map of the world, or you might find the map of India, political map of India or Africa, okay? North America, South America, etc. Physical as well as political maps. Are you getting my point? So, It is basically a visual representation drawn on a paper. So whatever is found on that particular place, that drawing is basically shown on that map. So this is known as a visual representation drawn on the paper that provides information over the Earth's surface. Now what kind of Earth's surface we are talking about? Physical features means mountains, valleys, hills, plains, rivers and so on. As well as the political features. Political features means, okay, we are talking about states, we are talking about towns, we are talking about cities which are presented in the political map of India. Okay? As well as distance, directions and other objects. So in a map you find the distance of one place from the other also. Distance is very, very important. So for knowing the distance you have to know the cardinal directions. North, south, east and west. Remember that. Okay? And in a map, okay, you find a scale. S-C-A-L-E, scale. Now what is a scale? Okay. Scale. Okay, this is a scale that you use in a class. This is also called a scale for measuring distance. Are you understanding? So what is a scale? I just want to tell you something about the scale. Then I want to move on to, okay, move on to map making, etc. But before going to scale, just want to finish this one. A collection of different types of maps, okay, which are found in a book form is known as atlas. It's known as atlas. So a collection of different types of maps bound together in the form of a book is known as an atlas. That is the definition of atlas. A map looks like an aerial view of some area. So when you are looking at the map from above, so when you are looking at the map from here, you find like you are looking this map from space. It's like an aerial view. Okay? So, which shows area of a particular place, its roads, villages, farm, buildings, rivers, mountains, forests, plateaus and streams are shown on a particular map. Physical features as well as man-made features as well as political features are shown on a political on a map. So political features, what are man-made features? So I'm talking about roads, buildings, etc., which are made by man. This school is also a man-made feature, okay, where I'm teaching you. This is made by man, therefore it is known as a man-made feature. Are you understanding? So, I'm talking about the scale here. I'm coming to the scale here. Now look at the scale, okay? Now, in order to read the map, okay, we have been provided with some aid or tool, okay? Something which helps us to read the map. The first one is the title. The first one is the title of the map, okay? When you are looking at a chapter or when you are studying a chapter also, the chapter has a title. The chapter has a title. Now if you look at the atlas, if you open the atlas, you find a title is written at the top. A title is written at the top. This is known as a title, which helps us what kind of map you are reading. Okay, let's take for example, okay, Australia, political and physical features. We are studying both political and physical features in this Australia map. Are you understanding my point? So this is known as a title. So this title helps us to know the map, what kind of map we are studying. Then north line. Now what is a north line? It is a cardinal direction. Now if I show you, okay, I'll draw up, okay, let's take for example, okay, here is a picture of a map. On the top right hand side you have an arrow marked. Like this kind of arrow you see. An upper arrow which is pointing towards the N. And a letter is written there, N is written there. N means north. If this is north, this becomes the south, this becomes the east, and this becomes the west, which helps us to read the map, which direction we are following in the map. So this is known as the north line. Now another thing that you find in the map is legend or key. Now where do you find a legend? You'll find the legend at the bottom on this side or on this side. Now what is a legend? Legends are basically found on every map. Now if you look at this map also, you find a legend here in the box. This helps us to read the map. This is known as a legend or a key, or a list is given. What things are shown on the map? This is known as a list. This is known as a list. Okay? which you will be studying in higher classes in detail. Okay, these are shown, and also the latitudes and longitudes are shown, that are known as graticules. Graticules, graticules. The last one is the scale, which we are going to study just now. Are you understanding? These are very important for us to study our map. Now, what is a scale? Just now I showed you a ruler, and you might be wondering what is a scale, okay, in a map. So, if you look at your atlas, you will see maps of countries and continents and even of the world, okay, whole world, where very large areas of the earth. So, earth is a very large area, okay, are shown on a small sheet of paper. So, the size or the image of our earth is reduced in a small sheet of paper. Do you know how this is done? It is done with the help of a scale. It is done with the help of a scale, by making a small distance. Like, let's take for example on a piece of paper, okay. So, it is done with the help of a scale by making a small distance on the paper which represents a larger distance on the ground, okay. So, for example, okay, let's take for example, okay, when you are measuring distance, okay, what is distance? Distance is the space, okay, is a space, okay, between 2 points. Now, which points I am talking about? Distance means a space between 2 points from A to B. What is the distance from A to B? Let's take for example A. A is one point, B is another point, okay. So, what is the distance? The distance is the space between the 2 points. Now, you find space between A and B or not? Are you getting my point? The distance is the space between the 2 points, that is A and B. Point A and B. P-O-I-N-T, point A and point B. Okay? B point, okay? So, let's take for example, distance actually, okay, is the point between the 2 points. Okay, I just want to tell you something. Okay. So, the distance is measured on a map in a straight line. So, this is a straight line or not? Okay, from point A to point B. So, on the map, the distance is measured with the help of a scale. So, let us consider these two places, point A and point B. So, the space between them is, let's take for example, it is 100 kilometers. So, what is the distance between point A and B? It is 100 kilometers. To make it easy, I'll write, okay, Kalimpong. Kalimpong is a place where you have Rockwell Academy, okay. And what is the distance from Kalimpong to Siliguri? Do you know where is Siliguri? Are you getting my point? So, the distance between Kalimpong and Siliguri is 100 kilometers. And they are 100 kilometers far, okay. If we say that 1 centimeter on the map stands for 50 kilometers on the ground. So, I am writing here one scale. I will make a scale here. Now, from here to here, okay, from 0 to 1 is 1 centimeter. This is 1 centimeter, okay. From 1 to 2 is, okay, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, no? Like a ruler you have. And here also I will make a point here, okay. This is 3 centimeter, okay. This is 3, okay. This is 1 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter. Now, I'll write here. This is 1 centimeter means 50 kilometer. Then, okay, 50 kilometer, okay. Then 2 centimeter means 100 kilometer. 3 centimeter means 150 kilometer. 4 centimeter means 200 kilometer. So, the upper part is known as centimeter, the lower part is known as kilometers. If from A to B is 100 kilometers, then it is 2 centimeter or not? Are you getting my point? If 1 centimeter is 50 kilometers, then how much is 2 centimeter? It is 100 kilometers. So the distance between from A to B is 100 kilometers. So on the map, so what is the map distance? So the map distance is basically, okay, 2 centimeter on the map, whereas, okay, on the ground, the actual distance. So ground means actual distance from Siliguri to Kalimpong is 100 kilometers. Are you getting my point? This is known as a scale which you'll study in detail in class 7, okay? Hope you find this lesson useful. Thank you for listening.